So I'm understanding, Fulvia, you have the first question. Over to you. Or you have the floor, rather.
Yeah, more than a question, reflecting on the opportunities for greening the economy in Argentina, which is the country I have the privilege to serve. Argentina is a middle-income country with a significant industrial capacity, and there is a huge potential, in my view, to link the post-pandemic recovery with the green economy agenda. The industry is highly energy inefficient. Transportation is carried out mainly by land, and the agro-industrial sector, as we all know, plays such an important role in fiscal stabilization, but the bioeconomy is still quite at infant stage. So there is much to do towards the development of non-conventional renewable energies, natural-based solutions, aquaculture, agroforestry, electromobility, sustainable cities, circular economy. And that's where the UN system as a whole, and PAGE in particular, has an important role to play and is playing an important role. The UN system is also has to play an important role in supporting the National Climate Change Cabinet, which plans the compliance with NDCs. And I would just like to remind that in the commitment announced last year during the Climate Ambition Summit, the President of Argentina, Fernandez, announced the adoption of climate change as a state policy and committed to more ambitious NDCs plus 26% and a low emission development strategy with the goal of achieving carbon neutrality by 2050. Now the issue is, how do we support the government in transforming commitments into real action? I would like to raise here issues that look secondary, at least in the policy debate in the country, but I think they are not, especially if we want to remain ahead of the curve, as Chief Economist Elliott was saying. I feel here that we're really looking too much only at the national productive dimension. And I think we should think about the future of the country within the framework of the new economic geography that the crisis has brought about, and, for example, start imagining the potential of regional value chains. The disruptive events, not only the pandemic crisis, but mostly, but also the commercial and trade wars and so on, has brought changes in the productive geography and have changed the rules of the game. We can imagine that proximity and security factors will play a larger role in the near future, so that relocation opportunity will emerge. And so we might be called to think about how to strengthen regional production systems, for example, in renewable energy. There are plenty of new technological solutions already available, with smaller environmental footprint, generating employment, and produced eventually regionally. And despite its financial instability, and despite the fact that this debate is not present at the moment, Argentina is one of the countries with the best conditions to develop clean energy generation projects, and that's where some dynamic and job-creating FDI could be attracted with proper strategies and policy action. And finally, I would like to raise the issue of the need to reform the global financial system in order to assist highly indebted, overwhelmed by the debt burden middle-income countries such as Argentina, which needs anyway to regain a certain degree of flexibility in decision-making at the policy level, and hopefully access new international financial resources, which now looks like a dream. So I would like here to ask the support of PAGE to develop, to also give me guidance beyond maybe a pilot project, but around the topic of debt to green recovery swap that would be adapted to the situation of Argentina, which otherwise would be always be left a bit aside by current discussions on like the G21 related to debt, and that mostly concern LDCs. Thank you.